Let me solve this problem now. So there is a timber joist in here, and which is 150 mm wide and 240 mm deep as shown in this figure. Therefore, this is a symmetrical section. Center of gravity lies at the exact center. Therefore, topmost layer and bottommost layer at a distance of d by 2, which is equals to 120 mm. And this is being used as a cantilever beam. Of course, this joist is a cantilever position. So cantilever of length 4 meter. What is the maximum concentrated load that can be carried by the cantilever at its free end in addition to its self weight? Remember that. See, right? And so that the bending stress do not exceed 7 Newton per mm square. Take unit weight of timber equals to 6 kilonewton per meter cube. So see here. Here a timber joist is being used. Joist as a cantilever. Okay. Which is made up of wood. Okay. Whatever material it is being used as a cantilever. So it has a length of 4 meter and it has a cross section of rectangle as shown in this sphere, 150 mm wide and 240 mm deep. This is symmetrical. Therefore, as I told you earlier, topmost and bottommost layer are at equidistant from the center of gravity, that is 120 mm. So now he's saying that the maximum allowable bending stress is 7 Newton per mm square. 7 Newton per mm square. You cannot allow stress greater than this to be developed in the body. And the unit weight of the body is of the timber is 6 kilonewton per meter cube. So he's asking to what is he asking? What is the maximum concentrated load that it can carry at its free end in addition to its self weight? Self weight to kalipi, what is the maximum load that it can carry at the end? This is the maximum load. Okay, this is the point load. He's asking what is the load that can be exerted at its free end. Point load or concentrated load, both are same. Okay, so let us take it as W Newton and self weight as a UDL. So let me calculate what is the point load. What is the self weight and what is the moment due to self weight and the point load at the end. See, here he is asking you to calculate what is the load. So as we solved previous problems, so whenever he asks us to find out what is the load that it can carry, use the bending equation. From bending equation, calculate the m value, maximum moment or moment of resistance, and use that moment m to calculate the load. So now first I am calculating that value. So let me write what is the bending moment when considering the load and what is the moment m when we consider the bending equation. Let us find those two and equate them. Okay. So see, self weight of the beam is equals to unit weight into cross-sectional area. We have the question. In the question we can find out what is the unit weight or specific weight or the same. Okay, you have gone through these definitions in your fluid mechanics. Specific weight, right? Unit weight into cross-sectional area will give you a value of 216 Newton per meter. That is the self weight in the form of UDL, which is equals to 0.216 kilonewton per meter. Okay, this is the self load. This is the self load or self weight. This is the self weight. So now, of course, we have taken this point load as W. We do not know. We still need to find out that, right? So what is the moment due to self weight and point load? Let us find out. So self weight is a UDL, therefore WL square by 2 at the support, right? At the support, W into L by 2, because W into L will give you the load, and that load is acting at a distance of L by 2. So into L by 2. Moment, force into perpendicular distance, self weight into L square by 2 plus point load. point load is at a distance of L, therefore moment at the support would be point load into L, okay, which is 4. So substitute these values which we have calculated and you are going to get 1728 plus 4W Newton meter as the moment due to self weight or self load and point load. So now what we need to do is, now based on bending equation, let us find out what is the moment. M by I is equals to F by Y is sufficient, and we need M which is equals to F by Y into I. So what is F? F is already given in the equation, which is equals to F max, which is equals to 7 Newton per mm square. And what is Y? Since it is maximum stress is going to be present at the extreme layer, because that would be D by 2 and 120 mm is its value. And what is the other value? I is going to be BD cube by 12. Of course, I'm going to write the direct answer, 172.8 into 10 to the power of 6 mm power 4. So this is the values. So on substituting, M is equals to, what you are going to get is, put the values. What is that? 7 by 120 into 172.8 into 10 to the power of 6. So now let the first one be 1 and the second is 2. So both should be equal, right? This is the maximum bending moment at the support due to load, and this is the maximum bending moment that is obtained from the bending equation. These two have to be equal. So equate these two and you are going to get the value of W. Let us find out. Let me write the equation for you. Right. See here. The moment from the loads is equals to 1728 plus 4 W Newton meter, isn't it right? Which is equals to F by Y into I. So put the values, 1728 plus 4W. Of course, I'm trying to convert this into Newton mm because the remaining units are going to be substituted in mm. So what is F? 7 divided by 120 into 1.728 into 10 to the power of 8 mm power 4. Of course. So on substituting, you are going to get W is equals to 2088 Newton, which is equals to 2.088 Newton. Therefore, a timber joist which is used as the cantilever, okay, can support a point load of W which is equals to 2.088 Newton along with its self weight, so that the maximum stress is less than or equals to 7 Newton per mm square. So this is how we calculate the stresses or the loads based on the stresses. Okay.